Healing, Wikipedia audio. Healing is the process of the restoration of health from an unbalanced, diseased, or damaged organism. The result of healing can be a cure to a health challenge, but one can heal without being cured. The profession of nursing has been traditionally concerned with matters of healing, whereas historically the profession of medicine has been concerned with curing. With physical damage or disease suffered by an organism, healing involves the repair of living tissue, organs, and the biological system as a whole and resumption of normal functioning. It is the process by which the cells in the body regenerate and repair to reduce the size of a damaged or necrotic area and replace it with new living tissue. The replacement can happen in two ways: by regeneration, in which the necrotic cells are replaced by new cells that form similar tissue as was originally there, or by repair, in which injured tissue is replaced with scar tissue. Most organs will heal using a mixture of both mechanisms. Regeneration. It is also referred to in the context of the grieving process. In psychiatry and psychology, healing is the process by which neuroses and psychoses are resolved to the degree that the client is able to lead a normal or fulfilling existence without being overwhelmed by psychopathological phenomena. This process may involve psychotherapy, pharmaceutical treatment, or alternative approaches such as traditional spiritual healing. In order for an injury to be healed by regeneration, the cell type that was destroyed must be able to replicate. Cells also need a collagen framework along which to grow. Alongside most cells there is either a basement membrane or a collagenous network made by fibroblasts that will guide the cell's growth. Since ischemia and most toxins do not destroy collagen, it will continue to exist even when the cells around it are dead. Acute tubular necrosis in the kidney is a case in which cells heal completely by regeneration. ADN occurs when the epithelial cells that line the kidney are destroyed by either a lack of oxygen, or by toxins. Although many of these epithelial cells are dead, there is typically patchy necrosis, meaning that there are patches of epithelial cells still alive. In addition, the collagen framework of the tubules remains completely intact. The existing epithelial cells can replicate, and, using the basement membrane as a guide, eventually bring the kidney back to normal. After regeneration is complete, the damage is undetectable, even microscopically. Healing must happen by repair in the case of injury to cells that are unable to regenerate. Also, damage to the collagen network, or its total collapse, cause healing to take place by repair. Many genes play a role in healing. For instance, in wound healing, P21 has been found to allow mammals to heal spontaneously. It even allows some mammals to heal wounds without scars. The LIN28 gene also plays a role in wound healing. It is dormant in most mammals. Also, the proteins MG53 and TGF-beta1 play important roles in wound healing. In response to an incision or wound, a wound healing cascade is unleashed. This cascade takes place in 4 phases: clot formation, inflammation, proliferation, and maturation. Example: healing of a wound begins with clot formation to stop bleeding and to reduce infection by bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Clotting is followed by neutrophil invasion 3 to 24 hours after the wound has been incurred, with mitoses beginning in epithelial cells after 24 to 48 hours. In the inflammatory phase, macrophages and other phagocytic cells kill bacteria, debride damaged tissue and release chemical factors such as growth hormones that encourage fibroblasts, epithelial cells, and endothelial cells, which make new capillaries to migrate to the area and divide. In the proliferative phase, immature granulation tissue containing plump, active fibroblasts forms. Fibroblasts quickly produce abundant type III collagen, which fills the defect left by an open wound. Granulation tissue moves, as a wave, from the border of the injury towards the center. As granulation tissue matures, the fibroblasts produce less collagen and become more spindly in appearance. They begin to produce the much stronger type I collagen. Some of the fibroblasts mature into myofibroblasts, which contain the same type of actin found in smooth muscle, which enables them to contract and reduce the size of the wound. During the maturation phase of wound healing, unnecessary vessels formed in granulation tissue are removed by apoptosis, and type III collagen is largely replaced by type I collagen, which was originally disorganized, is cross-linked and aligned along tension lines. This phase can last a year or longer. Ultimately, a scar made of collagen, containing a small number of fibroblasts, is left. After inflammation has damaged tissue and pro-inflammatory eicosanoids have completed their function, healing proceeds in 4 phases. In the recall phase, the adrenal glands increase production of cortisol, which shuts down eicosanoid production and inflammation. Genetics. Wound healing. In the resolution phase, pathogens and damaged tissue are removed by macrophages. Red blood cells are also removed from the damaged tissue by macrophages. Failure to remove all of the damaged cells and pathogens may retrigger inflammation. The 2 subsets of macrophage M1 and M2 plays a crucial role in this phase, M1 macrophage being a pro-inflammatory while as M2 is a regenerative, and the plasticity between the 2 subsets determine the tissue inflammation or repair. Clotting phase. Inflammation phase. Proliferative phase. Maturation phase. Tissue damaged by inflammation. In the regeneration phase, blood vessels are repaired and new cells form in the damaged site, similar to the cells that were damaged and removed. Some cells, such as neurons and muscle cells, are slow to recover. In the repair phase, new tissue is generated, which requires a balance of anti-inflammatory and pro-inflammatory eicosanoids. Anti-inflammatory eicosanoids include lipoxins, apolipoxins, and resolvins, which cause release of growth hormones. Recall phase. Resolution phase. Regeneration phase. Repair phase.